Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Jeff Releford, and I thank you for joining me on the Jeff Releford Show. Because listen, you could have been doing anything else today, right? But you chose on your way home from work, or if you just at home chilling, to tune in to the Jeff Releford Show. Now, real quick, I want to say this to you. Go ahead, tell your friends and family to download the online radio box app to your Android or your Apple device. So that way you can go ahead and listen to us on the go. And what you do is from there, you type in Biggs Radio Chicago. Okay? Biggs Radio Chicago. And also listen to our sister stations in Indianapolis, Indiana, Pasadena, California, Atlanta, Georgia. And once again, you are kicking it with Jeff Releford on the Jeff Releford Show on Biggs Radio Chicago, the voice of a new generation. Let's go. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Jeff Releford. And I thank y'all for listening to me on the Jeff Releford Show today. Oh, man, it is a beautiful Monday. At least it was a beautiful Monday for me. You know what I mean? So I'm just hoping that you all have had a great start off to your work week. Now, I want you all to keep this in perspective. Now, listen, people, listen. I like to say that this is only the second day of the week. Okay. I know for a lot of y'all, what this is actually starting off your work week or the first day of the week. But just keep it in perspective, people. It's the first day of your work week, but the second day of the week for you. So guess what? You already made it through day number 1. All you got to do is get to Friday, baby. That's it. So that's how I want y'all to think about this. Hey, man, I really do thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said in the intro, y'all could be anywhere else, but you are choosing to be here with me. And I also thank you all for tuning in to our lineup because we are doing Monday Motivations. It'll be myself from 5 to 6, Julian St. Chris from 6 to 8, and Donna Lynn Biggs from 8 to 10 p.m. So we've got you covered. If you're listening right now, we've got you covered from the moment you get off work, from the time you get ready to lay it down. So y'all stay with us for these hours, man. And we definitely will have some great content for you and some great music for you as well. But as you all know, this is talk radio for me. So we are going to make sure we have an interesting topic for you all today. And real quick, I do have a brief announcement to make. I've got an announcement to make, people. I got to let y'all know, okay? On March 12th, a king was born. Your boy right here, Jeff Releford. My birthday is tomorrow. So I just want to throw that out there for y'all, so we are celebrating a little bit. We kicked off some stuff for the weekend and everything. You know what I mean? We had some friends and some family that came out. Big ups to my wife. We went to downtown Chicago at a restaurant. I can't remember the name of it was. It was a bar, though. Nice Italian bar, great food, great drinks. And it was just nice to kick it with my people. So gotta let y'all know that. Shouts out to the wife. And thank you for everybody that came out and that was also in attendance. Hey, I thank y'all. Thank you. So without further ado, people, we're just going to dive right into it, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put it right up here on the screen. Now, this is for my people who are watching us on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn. Once again, as you all heard the intro, tell your friends and family, download that online radio box app and type in Biggs Radio Chicago, where you can tune into our Monday lineup and you can hear myself, Julian St. Chris, and Donna Lynn Biggs. But right now, you are tuning into the Jeff Releford Show. And I thank you for being here. So let's go ahead and bring up the topic of conversation, people. Let's go ahead and bring it up because I really want to talk about this with y'all today. And I want to see what y'all think about it. Boom. You all see it on the bottom of the screen, people. It says expectations. And what does that mean to you? Now, the reason why, people, I want to stem on expectations for this portion of talk for today is because I have seen, and I really want to talk about it, how it pertains into relationships. Okay. Because I have seen so many, as we all have, so many different relationship clips, memes, things of that nature. Okay. And you start to ask yourself, are expectations just too high? Could it be people that maybe we have the bar set very high in terms of what we want out of people? You know what I mean? Because I'm just here to tell you, like I said, I have seen so many different clips out there, so many different clips, so many different people saying things about what they want and what they need out of relationships. But sometimes, can these expectations be a little too unrealistic? You know what I mean? Are we setting the bar? Should we just be focused on dating? You know what I mean? Because aren't we setting the bar possibly too high for the person that we are trying to meet? You know what I mean? Or that we want to come into our lives. I asked myself that question because I'm gonna let y'all know how my expectations are. Okay. I don't have hardcore expectations. Okay. When it comes to when it comes to what I need out of a particular relationship, whether it's friendship or it being my wife. Okay. So I'm gonna share this with y'all. Normally what I do is, as far as expectations, all I ask is that the person that I'm with, right? All I'm asking is that the person that I'm with just shows me that love and appreciation. And love can be different. You know what I mean? So what I do is I do my best to pay attention to see how somebody else will show me that love. You know what I mean? I guess what it is more so knowing your partner and knowing yourself. You know what I mean? You have to know the things that you are willing to put up with. You have to know the things that you are willing to put up with, the things that you really want to grow with, so to speak. So the only real talk, people, the only expectations that I've had in terms of relationships is that you just kind of keep an open mind, because I feel that two people cannot grow with each other if we do not keep an open mind, right? That's what it takes. So all I ask is that you keep an open mind and you be flexible because, we like to use the term life is lifing, right? So since we like to use the term life be lifing, we also need to learn how to adapt to life. So this is why all I really have as far as expectations is that you just show me the love and the respect, and I'll see how you show that to me. You know what I mean? Because and a lot of people say I have to be loved properly. And I'm gonna tell you why I particularly don't like that statement. Okay. Now, once again, we're talking about expectations and what they mean to you. I'm going to tell you why I don't like the statement of when people say you should love me properly. Because the thing is, we all have different ways that we want to be loved, right? And I kind of feel that when you start putting love in a box, okay, you put love in a box, you trying to tell me that you're okay, you don't want to try to figure out how somebody can express and show love to you. You don't want to take the time to see how maybe somebody's actions or they're doing something, it could either make the load that you have lighter in your life. You know what I mean? I know last week what I did was I said, you have to focus on good, right? So if you have to focus on good, why don't we just kind of shift gears and take the time to look at those things, right? That are good with a person. Learn the person that you're with. Okay? Because if you actually take the time to learn the person that you're actually with, I truly and I strongly believe in my hardest of hearts, in my hearts of hearts, people, right in here, that you will be able to discover the true essence of a person. And I don't know, with me, that wasn't always how I was. You know what I mean? That's not how I always have been. When it came to relationships, I was the type of person who always felt the need that I had to do. You know, it wasn't until I met my now current wife that what I had to learn to do was, hey, uh, my wife can make herself happy. I necessarily don't have to fulfill that, because then the question comes after that is, now once again, people, we talking about expectations and what they mean to you. So now the question after that is, What happens if I don't fulfill a particular need that she wants? Mm. Have you asked yourself the question, what really happens if a person in particular doesn't fulfill the needs and wants that you have? Are you the type of individual that, okay, if a person doesn't pull their weight in one area, do you feel that maybe you can go ahead and be able to handle? Are you able to handle that yourself? Is that something you're able to handle and or work with? And I feel that these are real questions that we should ask ourselves, right? Because those are the things that when we're going through life, we should have a sense of independence. Um, Maybe I shouldn't have an expectation of my partner to always take out the trash because did it ever occur that maybe you were taking out the trash before you met that person? Why can't you take out the trash sometimes and they take out the trash? It necessarily doesn't have to be a man's duty to do that. Or cooking, for instance. Why does it always have to be the role of the woman to cook, right? Why can't it just end up being maybe both of you cooking? Or why can't you cook together? You see what I'm saying with this? Everything doesn't always have to fall on one particular person. And I kind of think that as we're moving into the generations below myself, because now I'm not a part of the older generation, but I am getting older. You know what I mean? I'm no longer in my 20s. I'll be 34 tomorrow. So with that being said, okay, with that being said, I kind of feel that what we end up doing is we ask so much out of people. And then when we have these expectations, we easily get let down because someone didn't fulfill a particular action that we might have wanted them to do. Not knowing and not even asking ourselves the question, could it have easily been something that I could have done myself? I'm just throwing it out there because there has to be a time when we place some type of accountability on ourselves to want to do better or fulfill our own particular needs. I don't believe it's my wife's job or duty to fulfill every single need that I have, or not even every single need, just to fulfill the needs. Because there's come some point in time when I should be able, as an adult, to make myself happy. So this is why I want to choose the topic of expectations to talk about today. Because when people have expectations, I kind of feel that you let yourself down. You set yourself up to get let down. And I believe if a lot of people wouldn't be as demanding as they have been or as they are, I strongly believe people that people will be able to actually overcome that despair, right? Or that point in life to where they get low because someone didn't do something that I asked them to do. And I kind of feel if you get to a point to where it makes you that angry, what are you doing dating somebody? Or why are you with somebody? I kind of feel that you need to reanalyze uh, the situation that you put yourself in, that you've also put another person into as well. Uh, Maybe have you asked yourself the question, are my expectations too high? That's a heavy one. And a lot of times we don't want to ask ourselves those questions because, okay, we don't want to ask ourselves these questions because what if our expectations are too high? And I get it, people. A lot of times what we don't want to do is we don't want to diminish our own needs and wants. But I'm challenging you today to fulfill your own needs and wants first. And when you're with somebody, then pay attention to how someone adds value to you. Now, let's take this same concept and let's apply it to something outside of a excuse me, outside of a marriage or companion relationship, like a friend, for instance. Now, a lot of people like to throw around the term loyalty when it comes to your friends, right? And I get it. But I have a particular different look on loyalty with friendship. I, per se, do not expect my friends to be loyal to me. And I'll tell you why I don't expect my friends to be loyal to me. I don't expect my friends to be loyal to me because I need someone to tell me the truth. Sometimes I need somebody that cannot be in my corner, but have my best interest at heart pertaining to situations. So when it comes to my friends, um, I know for a fact I do not place expectations on my friends because people are going to be people, and you have to be able to come to grips with the fact that people are living their own lives and they're trying to fulfill their own expectations, their own needs, their own wants, right? So why would you try to take the time to have that burden placed on somebody else? That's pretty much all I have. You know what I mean? I don't know why anybody would want to try to place a burden onto somebody else. Now, when you're in a romantic relationship or you are in a marriage, I feel that it is a duty and a responsibility for you to communicate things that you would prefer. Like, for instance, there are things that I would prefer, but I can do without them. Because, like I told you all, it's up to me to make myself happy. So as far as the expectation list goes, I do my best not to have so many expectations, right? Because if I have them, and a lot of times they can pile up, you know what I mean? And it's just to me, it's just another way to set yourself up to be angry at someone for something. So, I guess that's a double-edged sword for me because I tend to have an issue with letting people take the reins on things because I am so independent. You know what I mean? Since I am very independent, extremely independent when it comes to me doing things and getting specific tasks done. I find it hard at times for me to just let go of the reins sometimes. You know what I mean? And I believe that's based on the fact that I really don't place expectations on people because I know if I do it or if I don't do the said task, it's always on me. I don't have to place that burden, like I said earlier. Now, I don't have to place that burden onto somebody else, right? So it helps. At least for me, it helps. Hey, thank you. We got shout outs real quick. Thank you, Emil Washington. Brother, you are a long time follower and listener of my podcast. And now you are tuning into the Jeff Releford Show. Emil Washington, I thank you. And Nikisha Spiller. Yes, girl, I thank you. You help me out with my social media posts and stuff at times. And I really thank you for that. And I appreciate you for listening today as well. And I appreciate all of you who are listening online too, man. Come on, I appreciate that. Y'all are just here. So I wanted to make sure I give y'all shout outs. I want to make sure I give you y'all flowers and let y'all know that I recognize you all here today. So once again, here we go, man. But I do feel that maybe it's a double-edged sword with me. Now, you all can chime in whenever. I want to know how you all actually feel about expectations as well. Is that something that you have a problem with? Are expectations something that you place on people? Do you feel that it's something that you can manage just a little bit better in your life? And it's okay to admit to that. It is okay to admit to that because there are times when what we have to do is we have to be willing to say, all right, you know what, maybe there's a spot or area in our life where we can strengthen in. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be so much pressure now put on you to just analyze yourself. You know what I mean? Let's not put any pressure on us to analyze ourselves, people. Let's just be completely honest with where we're at. So, like I said, with you all, with me, it's a double-edged sword. I kind of feel that maybe now as I get closer into having more people help me with certain things. Shout out to my manager too, Midwest Ash, because she is also a big help with a lot of the things that I do as far as ideas moving forward with everything. You all, it's insane. So I'm finding out that now what I have to do is I have to be okay with relinquishing some power to other people so they can manage over things and I can have some tension and stress released from me, but I have to be open to that. I have to be open to that. And you do too. Let's just be real, people. You do too. You have to make sure that that's something that you can be open to as well. So, oh, Teresa Keys, thank you, Auntie, for watching. I appreciate you for tuning in and stuff. You know what I mean? Hey, we love all the people and all the followers and all the listeners. And I will be giving the shouts out periodically. So once again, peep the title, you all. Expectations. And what does that mean to you? You know? And I kind of just wanted to take an easy approach to this. I didn't want to dive in it too fast, too quick. I had a lot to say for my last episode. I had a whole lot to say. I still have a lot to say now. But with this expectation stuff, I'm telling you all, I have seen so many different reels on relationships. Oh, you all do not understand. Oh, my Jesus. And I don't believe Facebook has a different algorithm. Oh, thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate that. Boom. Miss Key says, welcome. You are doing an awesome job. Thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support, because that's what we need nowadays. A lot of us, we don't support each other. I thank you for that. Thank you so much. And when it comes to that expectation list, once again, let's try to relax on that. Let's see where you fall on the expectation reel. Do you have demands that are high of you or that you expect of somebody? Or are you willing to just kind of go with the flow with certain things? Because I'm going to tell you too, I'm also the type of person that I can go with the flow with a lot of things. It takes a lot to get under my skin. It takes a lot to make me upset. And a big part of this is too, I will never place anything on somebody that I cannot do on my own. Let's focus on that, people, for a brief moment. Let's focus on that for a brief moment, because I feel that sometimes people ask of things, right? And when they ask of these things, sometimes they're not willing to do it themselves. And I think that's what creates a burden a lot of times with people, because what you do is you go ahead and you put expectations on people. When you put these expectations on people, once again, you're setting yourself up for failure and you're setting yourself up to get let down. So should you be more lenient? Or do you feel that you should stick to your guns, right? Do you feel that you should stick to your guns? Do you feel like you should stick to certain things on your side? You know what I mean? Do you think that you should just, no matter what goes on in your life, do you feel that you should just keep your expectations? Because some people may say expectations and standards can fall under the same realm. I would like to think expectations follow standards, or standards follow expectations, because once you set a standard, now you're expecting somebody to live up to that particular standard. So we have to outweigh our options and see our limits and see what type of limitations are people at. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody might not be able to give that to you, which is why I said earlier, make it so that way you can end up doing something for yourself. Make it so that way, no matter, regardless of who else comes into your life and says, I can help you, what can you do on your own? So that way you will not get let down. I know that's a tough pill for a lot of people to swallow. I know it is. I know it is. I know it is, people. But that's the reality of it, A lot of times we get let down because we expect other people to do things. And I even want to look up the definition of expectation for you all today. That's why I actually want to do that. So that way we can get a better perspective. You all can get a clear notion of what that is. Let's go ahead. Let me bring that up real quick, because I feel that is very important for us to know. That it says a strong belief, okay, that something will happen or be the case in the future. So see, that's what I mean, people. When you are expecting something to happen in the future, especially outside of a person or within a person, when you're expecting a person to be a certain way with you, you have to be ready and you have to be okay if that person is not going to be what you perceived or not do a certain thing that you asked them to do. And once again, I know that's very hard to say. I know that's something very hard to ask for. But finally, when we take the time to sit down and we look at the things that you are capable of, look at the things that you are capable of doing. Look at the things that you want to do in order to make yourself happy. With all these different dating reels and everything, let's stop trying to place all of these different things on people to fulfill our needs because we know that we can't fulfill them ourselves. Or if you know you can't fulfill it, get yourself into a headspace to where you can finally fulfill those needs that you want and stop placing it on somebody. I just feel that that's fair. I feel that that would be the most honest route to go, you know, because I'm telling you, how would you feel? I'm going to ask you this question. I'm going to ask you all this, and I really want you all to think about this honestly. How would you feel if you came back home, okay, you worked all day, and when you worked all day, somebody kept asking you to clean the dishes, okay, and you did not clean the dishes, but the person who possibly could have stayed home all day or ran their own errands on their own time or whose schedule is not as busy as yours, they're expecting you to do this thing. Now, since they keep expecting you to keep washing the dishes, every day that goes past and your schedule continues to remain busy, those dishes aren't getting done. And what is that person doing? Or what are you doing? Because you put the expectation on somebody. Now you keep getting upset. You're getting angry and angry and angry because those dishes are in that same pile, right? They are in that same pile that you left them in. So is it easier for you to just get up and do the dishes yourself so that way you won't be let down, or have a regimen for yourself just in case when you set that expectation on somebody, so when they don't get done, you won't be angry? Or are you just gonna keep leaving it up to that person? You got two choices. You got anger or you got peace within yourself. You get the peace within yourself because you finally do the thing. You're not gonna like doing it, but guess what? You'll be fulfilled and at least it will be done for you. Small analogy, but this is what goes on in a lot of households, people. This is what goes on in a lot of households. And I feel that this is once again why people have such a hard time. And a lot of the expectations are not communicated. Let's talk about that for my people in these relationships. Sometimes expectations aren't communicated. It's expected for somebody just to know. And that, I think, is not fair. Whether you are male or female, man or woman, I don't think that is fair to your partner to expect something out of them and assume that they should know. Because I hate when people say I threw something subtle hints out to you. You want to know why I didn't get the hit? Because it was subtle. That's why. I can't stand it. It's like, oh, I threw out a subtle hint to you, or I was hinting, or I was saying this. No, don't hint. We are all grown. We are adults. If you want something, talk to me. If you want something, ask of it. And I cannot stand when people say I shouldn't feel the need to ask because you should already know. Now, I want somebody to tell me on what planet, where do we come from? Okay. On what planet and where the heck do we come from? Where people are just supposed to know what you want when you want it. I want somebody to tell me. I'm going to wait. I'm going to sit here for like 10 seconds and I'm going to wait. I want somebody to say this to me because it does not make sense. It just doesn't make sense. And sometimes we have to really put it into perspective, and we have to understand that a lot of the things that we do ask for are unreasonable. They are unreasonable. Once again, the expectations, you have to ask yourself, the expectations that you would want to put on a person, is that something that you are willing to do for yourself? If you're not willing to do that for yourself, then why ask of it? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know. All right, y'all. I got some people in the audience right now. They was funny. I just heard what they said, and it was funny. Big ups to Ron Reed and Smooch Wallace. They here at the Vibe Studios. This is where we at, people. We be here at the Vibe Studios right here in Lake Station, Indiana, y'all. Just so y'all know, we are broadcasting out of the Word Church. So once again, Biggs Radio, Chicago, voice of a new generation. This is what we are coming out of, people. And we thank you all. Once again, I got to tell y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. As always, we thank y'all for listening on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and my personal Facebook page as well. I thank y'all for that. And also the business page, Redirect, Regroup, Refocus, and the YouTube page, Redirect, Regroup, Refocus. And I want to let you all know, pretty soon, y'all won't be able to see these episodes live. So I'm just saying, y'all get ready, because pretty soon y'all won't be able to see all these episodes live. But we are back on the subject, people, and we talking about these expectations. Are some of y'all putting expectations on people that y'all could actually put on yourself? Are y'all putting expectations on people that you know for a fact you couldn't fulfill for somebody if you tried it? That's just something to think about. That's just something to think about. You know, remember, I'm just a radio personality and the life coach. But we ain't going to dive into the life coach stuff unless y'all want me to. But once again, you got to remember, man, these expectations that you have, don't make them too high. Let's make something reasonable. Like I said, my expectations for my wife and for my marriage is that, okay, you show me some love. You know what I mean? You respect me. You honor me, and I will do the same for you. But come on, it's got to be matched in some type of way. And I don't look for anything too elaborate. I'm not looking for anything elaborate. I don't need anything elaborate. If I want something elaborate, I can do it myself. That's just me. Now, if she wants to go ahead and do something for me, I will not stop her from doing that. If anybody wants to do something for me, I will be kind, I will be generous, and I will not stop anybody from doing that for me. But I do have a basic understanding that I am the only one that can make myself happy in my life. I should not have to place that burden on other people, because if I place that burden on other people, it's not fair. Now, treat me with respect, right? Don't you all want to be treated with respect? I know you all do. Y'all want some respect. Y'all want some dignity shown to y'all. Y'all want some kindness. Y'all want some love. In the Bible, it says the greatest of these commandments is love. That's what Jesus said. And when he said that, he said, if you love, you fulfill all of the commandments. So just love. I don't think that's a high expectation to have for somebody. Love and be human. Let me put those two together. Love and be human. Because there are going to be times when you are going to get let down by people, and you had no expectation that you put on somebody. There are just times when you're just going to get let down, because this is the thing we ain't called life, you know? So you have to remember, if you can accept people for who they are and what they're bringing to the table, and just know that they have the best interests at heart, your best interests at heart. I can't tell you how many times I've come across so many people who have a lot of ill will, animosity, and a hardened heart, because they think you should automatically do something for them. When did it ever occur to you that I choose to do things for you out of the kindness of my heart? At any time and moment, I can tell you no. I can tell you no. And that's not up to you to make that decision for me. I just got done saying I can tell you no, not you can tell me no. So sometimes we have to remember, that when we put ourselves, when we're in certain situations and we're dealing with people, you have to be mindful of the people you're dealing with. You also have to be respectful of the people you're dealing with as well, because you don't want to put out unreasonable expectations. You just don't. Once again, if you can't fulfill it yourself, why the heck would you ask somebody else to do it for you? I know that's heavy for some people out there. I know it is. But it's the truth, though. It's the truth. And yeah, once again, people, this is the world we live in. And I encourage everybody, if you're watching a lot of these relationship reels and memes, it's starting to get bad out here, people. It's starting to get real bad out here. A lot of these bad boys are as toxic as you could get. The more you start to listen to it, yes, and there may be some truth to a lot of those different reels and different memes. Shoot, I could say something right now. I heard some truth too, and I bet you if I said it, the woman would get into an uproar. Some might agree. I know a couple, at least a couple that would agree, but everybody else, wait. Oh, I'm gonna have to save that for another day, though. I know I just kind of wet y'all whistle with that one a little bit, and y'all actually might want to hear what that is. But I'm gonna save that for an episode. Right now, we sticking to the subject of expectations, people. So what we're gonna do is real quick. We're gonna get everything connected here, and we are going to open up the phone lines, people. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead, give me a moment, and what I will do is I will actually place the number on, so you all can go ahead and give us a call. Give me 2 seconds here. I'm gonna go ahead and get it set up, people. I didn't want to do it in the beginning because sometimes people they like to go ahead and call early, you know, and you have to be able to control some stuff like that. So let's see what we got here. Go ahead and connect it. So, all right, people, we are connected. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw this number on the screen for you all here. And I don't know. Well, maybe if you're driving home, and you're listening, go ahead, give us a call right now at 219-779-8039. Once again, 219-779-8039. Maybe you might want to share with us some of the expectations that you put on people. Is it reasonable? Is it unreasonable? And be honest with yourself. If you're going to ask yourself if it's reasonable or unreasonable, why is that? Why do you see it that way? Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll open up the phone lines for a little bit. Once again, give us a call at 219-779-8039, and we can discuss your expectations. So, real quick, what I'll do is we'll hop on for a quick 1-minute break, and we will be right back. Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Jeff Releford, and I thank you for joining me on the Jeff Releford Show. Because listen, you could have been doing anything else today, right? But you chose on your way home from work, or if you just at home chilling, to tune in to the Jeff Releford Show. Now, real quick, I want to say this to you. Go ahead, tell your friends and family to download the online Radio Box app to your Android or your Apple device. So that way you can go ahead and listen to us on the go. And what you do is from there, you type in Biggs Radio Chicago. Okay? Biggs Radio Chicago. And also listen to our sister stations in Indianapolis, Indiana, Pasadena, California, Atlanta, Georgia. And once again, you are kicking it with Jeff Releford on the Jeff Releford Show on Biggs Radio Chicago, the voice of a new generation. Let's go. All right, and we are back. We just took that real quick 1-minute break so you all can remember who you listen to and where you listen to us at. Once again, please go ahead and go on to download that online Radio Box app to your Android or your Apple device, people, so you can go ahead and take us on the go. And here are the quick instructions. Once you have that downloaded, please go ahead and download the online Radio Box app and type in Biggs Radio. Okay, type in Biggs Radio. And right there, you'll see Pasadena, California. You will see Atlanta, Georgia. You will see Indianapolis, and you will Chicago. I encourage you all, click on that Chicago link and catch us Mondays from 5 to 6. And once again, people, we also have a motivational Monday lineup. So we are with you when you get right off from work, and we are going to be with you till you get ready to rest your head. It is myself, Jeff Releford, with you from 5 to 6. Then William St. Chris you from 6 to 8. And then after 6 to 8, we will go ahead and we will have Donalyn Biggs from 8 to 10. And we do have a caller, people. So let's patch them in real quick. Let's see what we got. Let's get what we got here. Boom. Let's get it. Hold on. We're going to get her sent in and sent through. Let me see. Let's get her in. Hold on, Gina, you well on your way? Sometimes that's what these things do. They take forever, people. We are almost there, people. We do have a caller in, and we just waiting real fast. Y'all bear with me. Hold on a sec. Miss Gina is still on the line. All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
There we go. Hey, how you doing, Gina? How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
I thank you for calling in to the Jeff Releford Show today.
I like what you're talking about. I like what you're saying about that accountability.
Okay, that's good. So real quick, let the people know, Miss Gina, do you have what are some of the expectations you have, and do you feel that your expectations are too high or too low? Maybe just pertaining to people, or maybe your marriage, or certain friendships or relationships you have.
Well, and I'm glad you broke it down like that because
Hmm.
there's expectations that I have based on certain things.
Okay.
So when it comes to business,
Hmm.
and I have a lot of different business that I manage,
Okay.
my expectations are high because, you got to work hard. You
Hmm.
have to put in, that hard work in order to be successful. And so the people that I have that I bring along with me, I expect the same. I don't
Definitely.
expect a half job. If
Hmm.
I'm working hard, you work hard. Now, when it
Definitely.
comes to relationships or friends and family,
Hmm.
my expectations aren't as high because I know
Hmm.
that I'm an overachiever. And
Okay.
so I don't expect people to do things the way I do it when it
Okay.
comes to friends and family, even in my relationship. I don't
Hmm.
put those demands on people because I think it's a bit too much. And
Okay.
just because your expectations for yourself is one way,
Hmm.
I don't feel like they should be that way for other people.
Okay, that's great. That is great. I love to hear that, because you know what? Because mostly, so many times, there are so many times what people tend to do is they want people to perform the exact way that they would, and they get let down.
Yes,
They
yes,
get let
it's
down.
not reasonable. It's not reasonable. I mean,
Hmm.
you can't expect people to do things the way that you do it. And I had to recognize that. Even as when my children were younger, I had to recognize I have OCD and I'm going to clean differently than the way they clean. And
Hmm.
so I didn't put those high expectations on them because my expectations for me was different for them.
Okay, got you.
And,
Got you.
and you're right. You're absolutely right. A lot of times we expect people to do things the way you do it, but that's an unrealistic expectation.
Mm, definitely. Okay. Well, see, that was good. That was good. And Gina, I do thank you for calling and giving your input to the Jeff Relaford Show. Cause
Well,
we
I
looking for
thank
people like you.
you.
Oh, girl, it's no problem. We just out here spreading the voice, spreading a little bit of the message out here.
I love it. I love it. I listen to you every Monday.
I thank you so much, y'all, and thank you, Miss Gina, for calling. And keep tuning in to the Jeff Relaford Show every Monday from 5 to 6. All right.
I will. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Look at that, people. We got a caller.
Look at
All right.
that.
Thank you. Bye.
Look
Bye
at
bye.
that.
So look at that, y'all. We got us a caller here, man. It's beautiful. I'm trying to tell you, man. What we doing is here with Biggs Radio, man. I'm like I said, I'm just one brother trying to spread a message out here, and I thank y'all. I'm telling you, I just thank each and every one of y'all for listening. And with what Miss Gina said, you all, with what Miss Gina said, it is very enlightening to hear that she does not put expectations of what she would want onto other people. And I'm telling you, people, this just needs to be more common. I hope and pray that this can be more common with everyone, because the thing is, you need to have peace out here in this world. And one of the ways that I can tell you, you will end up maintaining and or attaining some peace, okay, is by going ahead and making sure that you do not place these expectations on people. But what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that any expectation that you have, you need to make sure that at least you can get it done yourself. So that way you can continue to be fulfilled here. Man, I'm telling you. And oh, thank you so much, Camille Britton. Thank you for tuning in. My boy Tank Rob, thank you so much for tuning in as well. Oh man, it's just been so much love here. Shouts out once again to our people who was listening: Anthony Hardin, Teresa Keys, Nikisha Spiller, Amir Washington, just to name a few, Camille Britton and Tank Rob. Hey, I appreciate y'all. And I know that there were more, but I just can't name everybody. I can't go down the list. The list would be too long. But once again, people, y'all go ahead. Stop putting expectations on people. Have some. Okay. Just like Miss Gina said. She said if it's relating to business, she needs you to be a hard worker. So that is a reasonable expectation to put on somebody because it is within business. So I would like to think that if you are going to have an expectation, put a reasonable one on them. But don't put something so big on somebody that you make it very hard for them to achieve it, or you don't end up communicating effectively so that someone can hand you your specific preference. Now, see, that's what I like. See, what I like is let's change the term up a little bit. Let's talk about preference. Okay. I just encourage people, use different words, use different verbiage. Let's start telling people what we would prefer. Because if we prefer something, usually a preference is something that we can do without. Okay. We would just prefer for it to be that particular way. So let's see if we could do that, people. Let's see when we start dating and we have these relationships, even boyfriend and girlfriend, or even marriage, so to speak. Let's see if we can start changing the word expectation so we don't get let down to just a preference. And at least to make sure that you can do that preference that you wish to do. Because I'm telling you, man, you will save yourself a world of trouble, a world of pain, and a world of hurt. Because that's what people will do. So, hey, y'all, listen, I thank you all for tuning in. We're going to end 10 minutes early. We're not going to go the whole hour, but we're going to end 10 minutes early. And listen, I thank you all for tuning in to the Jeff Releford Show today. We are going to go out the same way that we came in, people. So what you're going to do is you all are going to listen to the instructions again. You all are going to hear how to reach me and how to listen to our lineup. And next, from the hours of 6 to 8, you will hear Mr. Julian St. Chris come on with his lineup. And then you're going to hear from 8 to 10, Miss Donna Lynn Biggs for our Monday Motivation Night. So, all right, y'all. Thank y'all for listening to the Jeff Releford Show. And remember, redirect, regroup, refocus. I love y'all. Peace out here. Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Jeff Releford, and I thank you for joining me on the Jeff Releford Show. Because listen, you could have been doing anything else today, right? But you chose on your way home from work, or if you just at home chilling, to tune in to the Jeff Releford Show. Now, real quick, I want to say this to you. Go ahead, tell your friends and family to download the Online Radio Box app to your Android or your Apple device. So that way you can go ahead and listen to us on the go. And what you do is from there, you type in Biggs Radio Chicago. Okay? Biggs Radio Chicago. And also listen to our sister stations in Indianapolis, Indiana, Pasadena, California, Atlanta, Georgia. And once again, you are kicking it with Jeff Releford on the Jeff Releford Show on Biggs Radio Chicago, the voice of a new generation. Let's go.